The 2017 Toyota Mirai is the second model year for Toyota's Halo car, the only full zero-emission vehicle in its extensive lineup. Its sales are solely dependent on the rollout of hydrogen fueling infrastructure, for now restrained to specific areas of California. Hence, it is very likely to sell around 1,000 copies in its first full time on the market. As before, it's offered in only a single decoration level with few options. With Japan officially embarked on a government-sponsored attempt to build a hydrogen economy, Toyota believes that fuel cells, not batteries, will power the zero-emission vehicles it will construct from now through 2050. Just as the first 1997 Prius hybrid was its first try at a core engineering now being implemented in several vehicle directions, you are able to think of the Mirai as a first draft of Toyota's vision for its future. That score is considerably lower than those for other electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles that among them volunteer less expensive, faster, more capacious, or better-looking options for full or partial zero-emission transportation. The Mirai is to be as philanthropic as possible. Strange-looking, less charitably, it may be the ugliest gondola sold in the US this year. Huge front corner optics feed breeze to various radiators, compressors, and electronics required for its powertrain. A black painted recess under the hood realize it appear to swim above the front fenders, and the roof similarly seemed to be swim over the windows, having the same trick for the rear pillars. Inside, the Mirai is somewhat suggestive of an updated Prius. The gate clearly spells out futuristic. 9 SIFT showing screens in various parts of the scoot generally function well enough once you discover the foibles and foibles. A round button with a P wasn't what we were looking for when attempting to locate a parking brake. The seats are comfortable enough, front and rear, but the Mirai only carries 4 passengers to keep the load of a 5th fare from Achiever Reduction straddle. Toyota hasn't specified either fare publication or merchandise publication, but while the consignment inlet is enough for casual apply, it's rather compromised by the 2 cylindrical hydrogen tanks organized crosswise between the rear pedals under the consignment deck and below the rear seat. The 2017 Mirai gets its power from a 114 kilowatt 153 horsepower gasoline cadre under the front seats, which moves energy to the electrical engine that drives the front wheels. Some vitality can also be supplied by the 1.6 kWh nickel metal hydride battery Multitude, which provides short boosts of energy when peak power is needed, since gasoline cadres operate at a more steady production level. On the road, the car accelerates strongly up to 30 miles per hour. Above that rank, conduct begins to ebb, and the Mirai is notably more sluggish by 60 miles per hour, while the quoted 0 to 60 mile per hour era is about 9 seconds. The car has little real strength to intensify above that level, reflecting engine production of merely 151 horsepower in a vehicle that weighs more than 4,000 pounds. That involves careful planning for unify and overtaking at true speeds. The pair of fuel tanks together hold up to 5 kilograms of hydrogen compressed to 10,000 pounds per square inch. That affords the Mirai a rated reach of 312 miles on a full cistern. Its overall effectiveness hasn't been rated by the EPA, and is likely to be measured in or miles per gallon equivalent, the distance a Mirai can travel on the amount of hydrogen gasoline with the same vitality material as 1 gallon of gasoline. That rating, however, is likely lower than the equivalent rating for the most energy-efficient plug-in electric car, which for 2017 is Toyota's own Prius Prime plug-in hybrid. Handling and road holding are acceptable but same to earlier Prius hybrids. Let's say the Mirai doesn't exactly invite drivers to convulse it around twisty superhighways. While the room is generally quiet, various background sounds, compressors whirring and shaking, injectors pulsing, and so forth that indicate that despite its electrical drive, the Mirai isn't a battery-powered vehicle. To be fair, though, the dominant voices are simply tire and gale noise. Compared to other automobiles of its price, it indices at $57,500, Though Toyota alleges 9 of 10 Mirai drivers will lease it, the Mirai contains the augment of boasts more akin to a $35,000 sedan. One unique aspect is a power-out socket in the stem that proselytizes the gasoline cell's DC power to the AC electricity that they are able to strengthen the house for a day or two, and the Mirai be given an opportunity to operate inside a closed garage. Unlike a gasoline generator, since its sole emission is water, no safety ratings exist for the 2017 Mirai, though its heavily armored hydrogen tanks is very likely to be tougher than the car's steel organization, which is designed to include the usual grind zones. Its very low sales volumes and limited availability may make it won't be tested for some time, and that's really the biggest challenge for the Toyota Mirai. For its first several years, its fate depends on the growth of a hydrogen fueling infrastructure to serve it, and similarly low-volume hydrogen vehicles from Hyundai and Honda. It is now sold only in limited sectors of California. That government has embarked on a program to install various dozen hydrogen fueling terminals, now greatly behind schedule. For part of 2016, Toyota furnished portable fueling terminals at some of the 8 marketers qualified to sell the Mirai. Toyota furnishes free hydrogen gasoline for 3 years or 36,000 miles to every Mirai owner.